After a pair of shutouts, the Steelers could do with some goals, but with just 3 lines of forwards available, it's going to be tough, especially since Timrå have brought in 5 new and fresh players into their lineup tonight, and they have a goalie with NHL experience between the pipes. Despite the defeat yesterday, the Steelers could take many positives. They matched their Swedish opponents' 5-on-5 play, and Jackson Whistle continues to impress in goal, as did the play of apprentices Kieran Brown and Jordan Griffin. They did lose Jonathan Phillips to injury though. He joins Matt Rupert, Matheson, Dowd and Lawrence on the sideline. David Phillips takes over as captain for the Steelers' final game before matches count for real in a fortnight's time. Steelers don't have many options, they only have 10 forwards, but they're sticking with Kieran Brown on this second unit as Whistle makes the save once and then twice off the follow-up. The backhand attempt from Janssen after the initial shot wasn't held onto, and Whistle's rebound control that we've seen so far in pre-season has been really good. This one just getting a fraction away.
Yeah, just squeaks away from a little bit here. You can see where it hits him. It kind of hits him in the stick in the top of the pad and just bounces out there.
Here's Brandon Whistle. 2 for company. Pitt comes in and helps out. Tries to go towards De La Rovere. It doesn't find him, nor does it get all the way through to Gula. And here come Timrå back the other way with Enqvist. Feeding it across. Oh, and the shots come off the post. Danger's still not over though. Here's Drugger with the shot, and it's gone through. Whistle is beaten, and Timrå have the lead.
Yeah, Timrå just being very, very persistent here, and the quick shot comes through. The first one beats Whistle there to the glove side, and it just bounces around, goes past the back-checking forwards, and another wrist shot comes through. I think it actually gets a deflection out in front from one of the players that's standing in and around the crease area. We'll see it come through here, and there's a deflection straight out in front as it's bounced down and drops into the net. It looks like it's Jansson's, I think it is it, that gets a hold of it.
We'll wait official confirmation on the scorer and the assists. Steelers trailing here by a goal to nil. And a good pass to get Pitt through the middle. Defensemen quickly close in on him though. Might still work out for De La Rovere, not quite. Sent towards goal. Oh, and it got a good tip from Whistle. So it's Christopher Jansson's goal. The assist going to Sebastian Kaiser and Oscar Drugger. Even strength at 4:28. Both of Timrå's goals yesterday were were power play goals. The first even strength goal we've seen this weekend. So Steelers trailing by a goal. Nottingham also trailing by a goal. That game is midway through the second period. Chance here, taken! The Steelers are back level. McGrath, he's already found that top corner in pre-season once, and he's done it again to draw us level.
Yeah, fantastic little move coming through. You'll see it here. He drops his shoulder a couple of times to carve his way through the seam as the Timrå defense just back off him a little bit too much. Look at all the time and the space he has in front of him. There he drops it once or twice. Now he's the goalie's already going down. You can see that. Good work out in front of the net as well there by Owens just to create a little bit of havoc. But
Timrå were promoted last season, finished top of the Allsvenskan, and won their promotion playoff in 7 games against Karlskrona. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, so the Shorten Steelers power play comes to nothing, and Whistle made the save and then got clattered by the Timrå forward. Yeah, Whistle has lost his helmet, and there's a little bit of concern. There's a lot of concern for the Steelers netminder right now. Yeah,
I think it's a blown offside call as well. Brown and Shooter both saw that, but this is a rocket from a bad angle, which catches Whistle high, and then the player trying to avoid right there as Whistle's going down. He's trying to avoid contact and pulls the helmet off the back of him, and that's something you don't want to see as your starter going down early. So hopefully everything's going to be okay there, but that first shot definitely comes in and buzzes him right off the head there. You can see it surprises him up high. And obviously the Timrå forward trying to get out of the way and avoid the contact. Ends up taking the helmet off him, but Whistle's up and ready, and hopefully everything's going to be okay.
One of 2 Steelers players with NHL experience. Aaron Johnson is the other. In that sense, the Steelers have more NHL experience than Timrå do. Netminder Niklas Svedberg, the only player in the Timrå squad who has made it to the show so far. Shooting chance, really well taken by Söderberg. They've worked the power play. and they've got themselves back in front.
Yeah, this is all off a bit of a broken play off the face-off. It's a hard rim around that Jordan Owens doesn't quite get enough on, and it goes right quickly back down low, and you can see they're not set up as Rupert looks to his right, and the player comes through the slot on the left, the defenseman, and Jackson Whistle, there's no chance he's going to get across on that one. Just unfortunate, that hard rim there by, I think it was Martinelli, doesn't get the tip and get out of the zone, or the pressure would have been relieved.
Taken on by Buzzio. Doesn't have any support, he's trying to go through himself. Oh, and he drove the net hard, and it was denied by Svedberg. Now Timrå counter, and they got 4 up in this break, and the shot is off target. And we've got ourselves another whistle. Player's going to come out of the zone.
Yeah, it's the Timrå players going towards the net, interfere with Jackson Whistle. That's why the referee blows the whistle. You'll see coming right here, the wrist shot comes through, and even though he's off balance, that's why the whistle has been blown right there. You can see the referee go right away. Just make sure there's no other play, but a nice little move here coming the other way. Buzzio pops it underneath the stick in the feet of the defender right here, and then just can't quite get through. And
it's really noticeable about the Steelers apprentices. They certainly don't play with any fear out there. Break attempt here, and Whistle makes the save, and the retreating Johnson gets to the puck to clear it away. David Phillips leading the charge. How about this from David Phillips, leading the breakaway through the middle? He doesn't do that very often, but he's drawn a penalty.
Yeah, done a great job. He stretches for it here, and the big lanky defenseman pulls a couple of moves to get through, and the slashes come in, and the hack and the whack, and then a diving poke check gets it away, as Phillips just about has that opportunity to break away on his own.
Penalty is over. Out of the box comes Kinval. Buzzio sent it towards goal. It never got as far as the crease. Oh, and Timrå nearly had a chance of a break, but the puck just went too far. There's no icing on the play. They've won the race. McFadden has won the puck back. There's nearly a 2-on-1. Then a giveaway. That could be costly. Oh, and stick handling past. Oh, and then the follow-up shot has been blocked, and at some cost to the Steelers. Whistle makes the save, but his brother is down and in pain after blocking a slap shot. Then the netminder wasn't going to be in position to save. Desperate times for the Steelers. They really need a whistle right now, because Brandon Whistle can't get to his skates. But the game has to continue. That's the way it works. It's not the official's job to stop it. Play will stop when the Steelers get the puck. Steelers really need a break here. Oh, and another slap shot. And the Steelers are dropping like flies here as Buzzio blocks this one. And the Steelers, who are already missing 5 players, have had 2 players poleaxed on one shift.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. No matter what the crowd want, Timrå have possession of the puck, and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Is exactly what Sheffield would do, is try to take advantage of it. But Whistle, he doesn't block that shot again. It's in the back of the net, because it's a wide open shot coming through, and I'll tell you, it's hit with some power. You will see it here as Jackson Whistle is totally out of position. And right here you see Brandon Whistle just turning sideways, and he gets that just above the skate on the inside. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a nasty one. And then Buzzio to the other side, looks like he gets hit higher up in the thigh, just on the inside on top of the knee.
Whistle plays the puck round the boards. Oh, that's a really nasty hit, and the Steelers are going to go in on this one, because they've seen another of their players hit the ice. It's Tanner Eberle down.
Yeah, that's a horrendous
face
hit.
Into the boards.
That's a horrendous hit from behind, and there's no slowing down. You watch, this is right through the numbers. That's a major check to the head and boarding, you know. And to be fair, that young man that's down there, Jordan Griffin, comes in and gives him a good shot.
I'd say I didn't catch the penalty on Griffin live. All our attentions were on the hit that Eberle had received, and the Steelers crowd are getting really upset. The officiating, they don't feel they're getting the breaks throughout preseason.
They've blown the call again here on a 5 in a game to tie it up, and then they come back with an absolute cheapie to put Sheffield in the hole again.
Referees are Donnell and Perring tonight. So it's 4-on-3, a different penalty killing situation, and they've taken advantage straight away. Timrå have a 3-1 lead, and the Steelers fans let the officials know what they think.
Timrå take advantage and go out on a power play here and take it up 3-1.
Ransfeld, one of two players in this Timrå roster tonight, who was drafted in the second round. The NHL draft, it was a few years ago now, but joining Timrå for this season, previously playing in the SHL with Rögle. So we've got ourselves some 4-on-4. Martinelli sends it goalward, save made, and the Steelers were looking for anything loose, but Svedberg wouldn't let it get away.
Yeah, good work there between Owens and Eberle. Finding Martinelli coming through, and I think Sheffield forward going through the crease may have just got a little deflection, changes the angle on this. I think it's Eberle coming through, and it just about sneaks 5-hole. You can see it coming through right there. There's the deflection.
This means now the Steelers are on their 40th penalty kill of pre-season. It's a great workout in that respect. So 5-on-3, 40 more seconds. Can the Steelers possibly hold out? Timrå continue to press for the goal that'll put the game away. Whistle makes the save up high. It was hit really hard by Boyce. Continuing to wait for the slap shot. It comes in. It's a really good kick save. It was hit hard and low by Kinval. Whistle was equal to it. Oh, that's a really nice finish. Gallo dropping into a little pocket of space and firing in. And the Steelers couldn't hold on forever.
No, I mean, they did a great job in front. Martinelli doing a great job with 3 players down low, trying to do the best they can. Whistle made a couple of great saves in there, you know, to keep it on top. But this one here, they look for the back door. Martinelli goes down and they pop it back to the high slot. And that's a fantastic finish up and over Whistle's right shoulder.
Final 5 minutes then of the Steelers preseason. Carrying it all the way through. Might be a chance here. The puck is, just sliding off the stick of Enqvist. It was played across to him, but he couldn't bring it under control. Here's McGrath. Played across. Oh, it was very nearly kicked in. Came off the skate of Buzzio and went just wide.
Don't quite get the finish that they want, but a good work here. Owens does a good job reaching in behind, making that pass across behind the defenseman, taking the play. And then you see from there another good pass across and just a little bit behind Buzzio. But wow, nice little play up the ice, some good speed and some good technique to get down there to give that opportunity.
Not sure if that would have counted had it gone inside the post, possibly not. The goals, or the rules for pucks going in off skates has been slightly tweaked this year.
The wrong way.
Whistle makes another save. Oh, then up and over the top. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are going to want a little bit of afters. After everything that's gone against them, they're really not going to be happy to see a player go skates over helmet. Their third preseason game out of 4. I'm going to have to turn on to another page on my stat sheet. So the roughing penalty is announced as coincidental. So the penalty that the Steelers are on the power play for is the clipping minor against Palmberg. The arena scoreboard has inadvertently been currently saying 1-5. Might be 1-5 now. Opportunity here. Oh, it's off the inside of the post. So very nearly happened for Anton Wedin. Oh, he might still do here off the turnover, and Whistle makes the save up by his helmet.
And it pops
someone's pressed the wrong button. And the scoreboard currently reads Sheffield 1, Timrå 5. Do they know something we don't? Well, they very nearly did.
You see Whistle's helmet just get knocked off there. I think it just pops the buckle on the side as he makes another save. It's a bobbling puck and just a flat out race and a nice move, backhand off the post. Can't beat it. Whistle's just about there and does enough.
Final few seconds of the game. Can Timrå provide an exclamation point? They can't. This shot is deflected away. And that is the end of the game. It's a 4-1 victory for the SHL side. 2-1 first period, and then 1-0 in each of the second and third. Means that Timrå are 3-goal victors here at the Bauer Arena, iceSheffield tonight. That is it for the Sheffield Steelers pre-season program. 1 victory and 3 defeats. And an awful lot of penalty killing practice.
One thing they don't have to work on, I suppose, eh?
Sum up the weekend, would you, Evan, for us?
I don't think the scores really showed the effort we gave this weekend. A lot of penalties again. We felt that we didn't deserve quite a bit of them, but I think the guys worked hard. We were down 5 or 6 guys, I think it was, on the weekend. So going 3 lines and 4 or 5 D is tough, but playing against a great team. So we're happy with our effort, and we'll go forward Tuesday.
Perhaps when you wake up on Monday and when you return here on Tuesday, you'll probably take more positives than negatives out of a weekend like this.
No, exactly, and Paul came in right away and said the same thing. So we're pretty happy. We're happy with our effort. Our compete level was high, and at this point of the year, that's the main thing.
I guess the level that Timrå are at and the league that they're playing at isn't the level that we're going to be playing at for the next 31 weeks, as competitive as it will be.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what's going to get us going early, and the SHL is a fantastic league. It's quick, it's skilled, and you could see that today. But I think we held our own. If it wasn't for those penalties, I think we were right in that game, and it could have been anybody's game.
Yeah, just talk us through what you feel about what's happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. You know, when we last spoke, so many new people coming into this organisation, and you've had a little bit of time to get together. Your early thoughts?
It seems to be like a really good group. Everybody's kind of buying in quickly, and I think that's key in a training camp situation like this. We're going to be in a big game here in about a week and a half, so I think we're ready. Paul's gotten us ready right away. So we got one more week and a half to get going, and it's been a great few weeks.
Yeah. You also seem to be getting a bit of chemistry throughout some of the lines. I know it's been awkward with the injuries, but yourself on that?
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's been playing with everybody, but I think Paul's getting to see who plays well with each other, and we're getting to get a feel of where guys go on the ice, and it makes it easier when you know a little bit more about your line mate. And playing these games, that's what it's about. It's about learning each other, learning the systems, and I think we did a pretty good job of that.
The Kill certainly had plenty of practice, didn't it, this weekend?
Yeah, and thanks to Wiss down there, he's played fantastic. Goalie like that, you can't say much more for. He's really shown these last 3-4 games just the caliber of goalie he is. So the PK did well, D were strong, forwards were good. So hopefully we can build off that and just keep competing.
You know what, this weekend, I mean, obviously we've already discussed last weekend, but this is the end of our second week. And I can't praise the boys enough, David. I mean, we had 3 lines, 5 defensemen. And, you know, we had a 16 and 17-year-old getting a regular shift out there and did a great job, young Griffin, and was learning the game as well as Brownie. And I thought our effort against, you know, great club, great SHL club, good speed, but I thought in the 4-1 tonight, I mean, it was 3 power play goals tonight, and you know the Swedes have had a lot of power play practice in their couple of weeks since they've been here, and we've had a lot of PK practice. So we're going to have to adapt, and we're going to have to learn that some calls you can't get anything on, but other calls we've got to be smart. You know, we've got to control our controllables, if that makes sense. And but I couldn't be prouder. I couldn't be prouder with the effort. I thought Jackson was outstanding for all pretty much 3.5 games that he's played in, and I thought our effort tonight against a club that was a lot deeper and with what ended up being 6 guys out of our lineup, I thought it was an impressive showing. I really did.
Saturday, the effort and the performance was terrific. Coming here to the rink on Sunday, knowing so many players was out because of the fatigue, there was a feeling, well, it could get a little embarrassing, but actually far from it.
It's funny because, you know, I mean, we had to kill a lot of penalties last week against Timrå, but we're only 1 week into it, and we had 4 lines, and we had 6-7D at that point. So you worry about the fatigue, but I know as the training camp goes on and as we push the guys and as their recovery becomes better with the loading that we're putting on them, that I felt today we took another big step, and I really liked the attitude and the way we played and how hard we played, and it didn't drop off like it did last week, you know. And again, Jackson was a big reason for that, but we built off him.
Can you just talk us through the injury situation and run through them? How long do you think they'll be out for? And I guess we're looking 2 weeks ahead now to that game in Nottingham.
I think I said to you before, the reason we loaded the games up early was because you know, it would give ourselves a couple of weeks of recovery time if we did pick up knocks. And we've got 4, 5 minor injuries, but are injuries, you know, that we've got to clear up. And we're hopeful they'll all be back. Brandon's going to get an X-ray now at the hospital, so we'll see what happens.
That was a nasty one he took, wasn't it?
He took a nasty one, right, yeah, right off his ankle. So he'll go through that. But hopefully over the next couple of weeks, you know, we'll be back to full strength, and we'll be further down the road, and we've got a big game in Nottingham that's going to start off the real thing.
I understand in the second period you got a very important text as well, which will put a smile on some faces.
Oh yeah, I had no signal, so I looked at it in the change room. I had to get someone to run the phone round to you. So Larry's gear, I think Larry deliberately paid a taxi driver to drive around Sheffield for 2 days, so we missed. No, I'm joking. His gear is going to turn up, I think, sometime today. So, you know what, we'll get him on the ice on Tuesday, and that's good. That we get our full squad here and ready to go.
It's good to have him around though, because he's got that jovial character about him, and there's a likability straight away.
Yeah, he's a popular guy. Even he's only been here a day, pretty much, just over 24 hours. But he lightens the room, and he's ready to get going, and we're ready to get going with him.
So training camp a success?
I think the 4 games have been fantastic. I appreciate Lexan and Timrå coming over. Yes, it has been a success. I like a lot of what I see right now. Some guys are in further ahead in overall shape than others, and we've got to get on that, and we will get on that. And there'll be a lot of extra gym work for some guys to get them up to speed to the level that we feel we can play out night in, night out. But I love the commitment and the passion from the boys last couple of days in these games, considering we were so short, and that's a credit to them.